now move on to Craig's division, so he's probably quite happy he's going to be here for this one because my co-host Julie got beat again. It was a bit closer this time, 771 points to 199, but it's still a cool 1-9 record, which is not the best, which I'm sure we'll hear all about when he arrives. Apparently, he is on his way in about 5 minutes. So let's see what else we got here. We got the Ancoat Citizens 7-3 now. Oh, this is a fun one. So they're 2-game win streak moving up to third with 221 against 188.36. Then you've got the Lee Vikings 6-4, bouncing back, moving up to 6th spot. 181 to 164 against the Yorkshire Finns. That puts him down to 8th spot. Alaska Deep Freeze 238.18. That'll put them firmly in 2nd spot on a 6-game win streak, which is bloody impressive in this division because it's quite tight. Against the Aberdeen Bucks, who are now 5-5 and sitting in 7th spot. The Bedford Brewskis getting a good win. It was a battle of the 2-7s at the time, but still gets them on a 2-game win streak, so it puts them up to 9th after all that. 209 to 190. Unlucky Sam. 190 is a not bad score, but unfortunately not good enough today. Then you've got the 3-7 bottom Bears, as I said, giving Craig his weekly spanking. And then you've got to feel sorry for the number that was. They're still the number one spot at 8-2. Glasgow Eagles, 214 points, but coming up against the Godalming Goats at 7-3, so that puts them up to 4th spot for 252.02. As you can see there, it's pretty close. Got 2 8-2s, 2 7-3s, 2 6-4s, a 5-5, a 4-6, and then down to 3-7s, 2 8, and poor wee Craig down the bottom. Oh, poor Craig. He's not even here to defend himself, so it gets a bit boring. You can't slag him off when he's not here. But yeah, let's see. What was the best? That was what happened? Oh, he had the same problem I had, Graham, losing Derek Carr. Not that we did much, but they were playing catch up, so he might have had to throw a lot. CD Lamb, 44 points, still good. Herbert, that was a bit of a crazy one because he started off really bad and then just went mental. He's lost Mattison. I don't know how long he's out for. Kincaid. Two points for Tyler Bass because they were pretty pissed last night. No, I think it really been much of a difference. It was a good high scoring match, and somebody had to lose, and unfortunately it was Graham. But he's still sitting on top of the table, so you can't really complain too much about that. With nearly 2,200 points, so you definitely can't complain about that. And poor Craig already conceded 2,000 points and got 165, and 1 game behind Sam. I wonder if they'd be good when they play each other. So who's playing who in week 11? So you've got the 7-3 Ancoat Citizens coming up against the 6-4 Lee Vikings. I'm guessing Peter's got a few players to put in his team. He's got Taylor on a bye, Leonard on a bye. We've got CJ Stroud on the bench. Antonio Brown. Not Antonio Brown. AJ Brown. Parsons, Lucon. They should get a little bit closer, but I don't know if it's enough to stop Ancoat Citizens in their 2-game win streak, looking for 3 and almost cementing a place into the playoffs. Then next up, you've got the Yorkshire Finns coming up against Fantasy Man. Oh, hold on. Yes, Derek, he has messaged and he is saying he's on his way because he's got to do his makeup and all that with the shiny lights with that baldy head. Okay, you don't want to get too much of a glare off the head there, but I'm sure he'll join soon enough, and I will put this thing back up on your eyes just so you can see. Let's see who we got. Well, Yorkshire Finns, so 167.09 to 196.68 to the Buccaneers. So that moves him to 6-4. Oh, they're at 6-4. So they were looking to bounce back on their order of running. They're in sitting in 5th place. But like I say, it's so close up there. One loss, you drop out probably. Especially if the Aberdeen Bucks manage to beat the Darlington Rams. But it still looks like it could be a close game. But obviously, the Aberdeen Bucks will be hoping that the Buccaneers slip. So the Bucks overtaking the Bucks, hopefully. You've got Alaskan Deep Freeze on a 6-game win streak, looking to make it 7 against the Bedford Brewskis. You're also on a 2-game win streak, so it's a battle of the win streaks. One's slightly better than the other, but still a battle of the win streak. Poor Craig is not looking like he's going to get a second win this week when he comes up against the Godalming Goats at 7-3, looking to go for their 8th win. Craig says 8 gets you in, I'm not sure, but I'd imagine it probably is. He's probably worked it out better than I have. And obviously, Graham will be looking to bounce back to get to 9-2, but probably joining Alaskan Freeze with the Bodom Bears, who did win last week, but it's a tough ask coming up against the top team. So the game of the week this week will have to be the Ancoats Citizens against the Lee Vikings. That's a very good one. Yeah, that'll be the game. Ancoats Citizens. Oh,
Good evening, Jorge.
perfect timing. We're on your division too, and Derek's letting you a message as well. So Craig missing just like his team. Get my tapping before I get to
Yeah,
my
well, fair
division.
enough. I can accept that. Slightly missing. Sorry about the tardiness, Mr. Edwards. Badminton tonight, so just in from it, and I see you're in my division, are you?
Yeah, but just be saying how you're going to get spanked again this week and go 1
Well, I
and
mean,
10.
it's kind of been the way, hasn't it? It's one of the, how many, see the last like 3 weeks in a row, I've been high 50s% favourite going into the start of the games, and I've not won any of them, and here we went again, another one that I was hefty favourite right up until Thursday night, and then he went a bit nuts on Thursday night, and I thought, oh, that's not good. But I did get 20.5 points from Louvu on Thursday night, so I thought, yeah, that's going to be okay. And then the game started, and it all went downhill.
Yeah, well, I think I was another night. I was another 84 points down before the 6 o'clock games on Sunday, but I couldn't make it back this
Yeah,
time.
well,
Not when I lost another. Not when you lose another quarterback.
no,
But no,
I mean,
I was just saying that the game of the week this week in your division is the Ancoats Citizens against Lee Vikings.
do you know,
So
having a flick through the joys of being in Glasgow from time to time, on the bus back, I get a chance to flip through the leagues, and there's a lot of upside down games this week, there's a lot of shocked results, there's a lot of close results. But yeah, massive game in mind that one was, and it opens it all up. It's all getting tight. It's all getting close. But Alaska Deep Freeze got their win to get 8 wins. Against Aberdeen Bucks, puts the Bucks at 5-5. And we were congratulating teams with 8 wins last week. Do you know? See, looking at it now, I think there's going to be a team or two that get 8 wins and don't get in. Looking at some of the divisions.
well, I was just saying that just before you came on. Actually, you said that 8's guaranteed a spot, and I'm thinking
Yeah, I'm not convinced that it
maybe
is now.
not.
I think
But
8 should get you in. But I'm saying that you need
it should.
9 to guarantee. So everyone who's on 8, I said congratulations to last week. Let's backtrack that a little bit, and we'll say congratulations when you get to 9, because 8's. I think there'll be 8s that don't get in. But yeah, Alaskan Deep Freeze 6 wins in a row now, and he's got Graham at the top, because Graham got beat 214 points, so he can't complain at that. But he ran into Godalming Goats at 252 points, highest in the league, and well-deserved victory there.
That was. Like I say, it was a sort of one. Like I say, I'm just in the process of looking at next week's games or this week's games. So
We're on
obviously,
next week's games, are we? Right. So yeah, I mean, Godalming
yeah, and your division. So,
Goats gets the bye this week. So they'll be going to 8-3 and almost there. Alaskan Deep Freeze up against the Bedford Brewskis, who beat me this week. So they're on a one-game win streak, but you have to think Alaskan Deep Freeze are favourites to secure their spot. Big game there with Ancoat Citizens at 7-3 playing Lee Vikings at 6-4. Lee Vikings win that. You know, they're
Yes.
looking good. They lose that, and they're right in the dogfight. But they're holding the sixth spot in this division, Johnny. They're 6-4 has got the sixth spot. I mean, it's all about the playoffs right now, isn't it?
Yes. Get to the playoffs and then worry about
And then
after
worry
that.
about positions after that. So that's it. So there's a lot of teams that are now sitting waiting, not just waiting on the playoffs. But it's one of those ones. If you're at the top half, if you're at the top waiting on the playoffs, then you want to win the division, don't you? You always want to win that division. And if you're up there and you're already in with 4 weeks to go, then you've got a good chance of winning it. So you're playing for that.
Well, you want to finish in the top two because you'll get a bye
Yeah, there you go.
because it's obviously so.
Take the bye as well, because honestly, the amount of times that the bottom seed beats the top seed is uncanny in fantasy football. So yeah, you definitely want one of those top two spots. So there's still plenty to play for up the top end. Down the bottom end, myself and Sam Darlington Rams, we're kind of waiting on the playoffs now. But I tell you, but damn Bears and Bedford Brewskis at 3-7, you get yourself to 7-7, and you never know. You know, at the end of the day,
Well, that's it because obviously the Bedford Broodcase are on a 2-game win streak, but again they're coming up against a 6-game win streak for last game
they
free,
are.
and it's probably not going to be that close. But still, it's a battle of the win streak.
Listen, if they get the win, if they get that win, you go
So
4-7, then you go 5-7, and then you start thinking, And for all that, I think that there's in some divisions there might be a team who gets 8 wins and doesn't get in. I also think there's going to be teams that get 6-7 and get in with some of these divisions.
well, there is that one division that we've not quite got to yet, but I think about there's 8 teams that are within a couple of
Yeah,
games.
I mean it's all
So
open. We're through week 10 now. We're 4 weeks to go. Just shit's getting real, Johnny. Shit's getting real.
it is.